But here we are 20 months later, and almost 15 million of our fellow Americans are out of work. Almost 42 million are on food stamps. And these are real people with real bills to pay, real mortgages. They have health care bills. They have college tuition payments coming due. Still, this president and his enablers in Congress refuse to admit that they were wrong. They refuse to change course. So the little guy gets to pay the price for their arrogance and that lack of any business sense in the White House and in Congress. I wish there was a prerequisite for folks running for office that you had to have run a business, or you had to have at least worked in the private sector and know how to make a payroll and know how to balance a budget. Can you imagine if you guys ran your household budgets or your small business the way that they run it in Congress? No, I wish that was, people say that my resume isn't fat enough to have done whatever it is that some elites think that I should have, could have done. Well, at least I have some common sense. At least running small businesses built a foundation of how it could and should work. It's just common sense. In California, doggone it too, folks, California, unfortunately, for this most beautiful state where you guys should be yelling Eureka all the time because of the resources that you have here, the natural resources, the beauty that is California, the artistry that is here, the epic landscape, the ingenuity, the technology that is here. You guys should be left and right knowing that you're just thriving and prospering, and yet California isn't. In California, unemployment rate is 12.3%. It's worse than what that national average is. 20 of California's counties have 15% unemployment or more. In fact, the only state in the country that's lost more jobs than California in the last 5 years is Nevada. Prince Harry, he strikes again. And isn't it ironic? We talk a lot about the Obama-Pelosi-Reid agenda. Pelosi, Reid, California, Nevada, the two states hurting the most, and they've got the leaders there in Congress making the decisions. So here's the challenge that you face. California's got it tough. To bring back workers who've lost their jobs, that's one great challenge, but also to employ all the new workers that are coming along. California would need to create more than 4 million jobs over the next 10 years to keep up. Does anyone seriously think that the liberal policies of Pelosi and Reid and Obama, heck, a Boxer and a Brown, are going to be able to turn this around and get the job done? No. They act like they're permanent residents of some unicorn ranch in fantasy land if they really think that they're going to be able to turn it around with the liberal policies that they want to continue. And, Pixie does. That's right. Another thing about California, you guys aren't afraid to call it like you see it, to help me out here, interjecting all these wonderful sound bites that I'm going to start writing them down on the palm of my hand, and I'm going to use them later on. Watch. Next time you hear me use the term pixie ducks, but thus you know where it came from.